weekend starts now. There is no work left to be done. This is all fun from here on out. Welcome into the Ultimate Dallas Sports Show. As alongside, for the very first time, we have WFAA news anchor, daybreak anchor extraordinaire, and bundle of energy, Dia Wall, in the studio today. Welcome to the show for the very first time.
What's up, fellas? I was so excited when I heard that we were launching this show here at the station. You guys, they hear all my hot sports takes because I sit on the same side as the
She has a well-positioned desk.
Yes, I do. Right in the corner, just like I like it. But no, I'm a huge sports fan. Always love to argue with Celie, most of all. Jonah, too. Jonah's on the list. But no, just excited to be part of the show.
Thank you for being here. We are extremely pumped to have you here, and extremely pumped to hear all of your hot takes that we've already heard some of them this morning as we've been getting ready for the show. And it's like, just hit play, just hit go on this thing, and here we go. I'm Mike Leslie, Andrew Seeley at the big desk, Director Kelly around the half wall. We are ready to roll. Kelly, what do you think about the addition of Dia Wall? This is much better than having Howard.
See, I get to spend time with her when I hang out with the Daybreak folks, because usually when I'm filling in on them, I'm filling in on the floor. So Dia and I, we're good, man.
100%.
I'm excited.
Both of our daughters are named Alina.
Yes, that's true. Spelled differently, but yes, still.
How is your daughter's?
Alina.
And
okay.
Mine's with an E. Yeah.
And
but
I
I'm
have an
always
Elena, Elena.
yeah.
So we are all living the same life right now, basically.
One of these things is not
Yes,
like
all
the
of
other. We always need more girl power on the show.
Heck yeah.
Got to keep the fellas in line.
And I promise we'll stop throwing Howerton under the bus. We do love Howerton
that's
too,
fine.
but it's just
No.
fun sometimes.
We need to show them where the penalty box is.
The
next
limit
time.
does
We'll
not
throw 'em
exist.
there.
that is worth doing because so here.
Oh, yeah.
What one
Warning.
piece of advice that Matt Howerton basically set the standard on, and now I have also exceeded the standard once. Don't pound the table, please. It will break everything.
It's a delicate situation. Okay.
So slightly off to my left is a penalty box.
You see the green screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right over
There you go.
And should I decide?
Kelly is the arbiter of all things. She
She's
can
the ref.
mute.
She's
she
the
can
hockey
throw you
fan,
in
too,
the-
so it makes
yeah.
So
sense.
fair warning.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
You may get
So-
so watch it, or you may get sent to the penalty box.
But don't hold back. We want your
Don't hold back.
personality. We let it fly.
First of all, I couldn't hold back if I wanted.
That's
to.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. All right. No fear.
No, I love Kelly. If she throws me in there, it's for good reason.
Probably.
Yeah.
I've deserved
I do
it a
accept
time or two. And
bribes.
She accepts bribes. This is the first time I'm hearing of that.
Not from you, Andrew.
all right,
Just from Dia.
that's good to know. Maybe you can use a little bit of that Cowboys
from you
Super Bowl
either,
fund to pay her off. What?
I know they put my business in the streets. One day.
Welcome. Let's get into what's on the show. On the show today, we'll talk about the fact that Team USA starts their World Cup journey on their way to elimination, and somewhere along the way, Rangers win their fourth straight series and are back to 500, right there in the mix, actually only a game out of first place. It's June the 12th, but they're playing some decent baseball of late. Wings improved 8-4 with a blowout win last night over the Phoenix Mercury. We'll play a little something or nothing. We'll get Dia's hot takes on Brendan Sorsby, the TCU alum, falling right in lockstep with the TCU football Twitter account last night, slinging barbs at Texas Tech. But we got to start talking about the Cowboys because we have one of the biggest Cowboys fans that resides in this building. Little dash of Cowboys blue, kinda, we're rocking today, but definitely a massive Cowboys fan.
Oh, since birth. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you. You know, for those who may not know, I worked and lived in Kansas City for 9 years and covered the Chiefs a ton. They went to Super Bowl after Super Bowl. I mean, just an incredible run. I felt nothing on the inside. I felt nothing. I was happy for the city, happy for the town. They waited 50 years, right? So, I've seen suffering up close. For another fan base, and I've experienced it myself, you know. So I've loved the Cowboys, y'all, since I was a little girl. I can't even. There are photos of me. I probably need to search them out and find them, but I've seen them, like photos of me with my Aikman jersey on.
We could have an entire segment on that alone
Yeah.
between Mike and I too.
That's what I mean. Like
We've all got Aikman as our.
Yeah,
it makes
I
sense.
mean,
It's when we all grew up. But.
Yeah.
love the triplets. You know, Michael Irvin was my dad's favorite player on the Cowboys roster, you know, because my dad's a Packers fan. So fun fact, some of my family is from Wisconsin. So it's like a house divided, but I was 10 toes down, like from the time I was 5-6 years old. So
You went the
don't-
opposite direction then, because my dad's a Cowboys fan. I'm the Packers fan in the crew.
I mean,
so.
but for me, it does not matter either way. My mom roasts me every chance she gets. Like, I don't know why you allow them to control your temperament. And I'm like, mind your business. Give me Monday, okay? But I have always loved the Cowboys. I worked for the team as a team reporter for 3 seasons right out of college. And that was an incredible experience. I still have great friends and relationships from my time there. And there's nothing like it, man. They are America's team. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how anybody feels about it. There's a reason why they are the best show on turf. And when they win a Super Bowl, I pray the good Lord allows me to see it. That's all I got.
Win another Super Bowl. Another. They do
So
have some.
when you worked with the team, that was like 11, 12?
2008
Okay.
to 2011.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep,
So I
yep,
had
yep.
the ballpark roughly right in my head. I was a little bit
Yep.
late on what I thought was the timeline. So who was there? Like, who were some of your contemporaries? 'Cause, like, that crew tends to turn over because it's a really good launching pad for a lot of people that have had terrific careers. And
You know what's so interesting about that is a lot of the same people are there. Nick Eatman is a great friend
Yes,
of mine. Derek Eagleton's a good friend of mine. But the thing about Dallas, and y'all know this, y'all are like the young whippersnappers in this market. Like you have Arnold Payne was the team photographer. I always tell the story, like when I got the job here at Channel 8, this is a dream, always wanted to work here. The first person who texted me was Joe Trahan. Lead sports anchor at WFAA, Joe Trahan, because he remembers me being an intern at Valley Ranch when the Cowboys were still in Irving. And so there's not a lot of turnover in the market, period. And
Right.
so all of those relationships last. On the roster, DeMarcus Ware, still a friend, Marcus Spears, still a friend. My favorite player on the team was Andre Gerard, the center.
okay.
Hilarious. Tashard Choice was one of my favorites, the running back, because he was a jokester, always
Coaching down
lighthearted.
at UT still now, right?
Yep, he
Yeah.
is, and he's doing great. And
Yeah.
then Des Bryant was drafted when I was there. And when I tell you he was such a delight, so hardworking, just so generous, I had such an incredible experience there. So for me, that only added to my love of the team, but I will roast them, and I will get on them from Jerry on down if we not doing what we need to be doing.
Dez, so I came in 2015, so I did not catch the beginning of Dez's career. What was Dez like because like the stories I hear anyway of like I caught Fix This S, Rich.
Yes.
That was like my introduction to Dez Bryant.
Yeah.
But that was kind of like the tail end of his
Time.
youthful immaturity,
Des Bryant
frankly.
experience.
And
Yeah.
as he, like, 2015, 2016, 2017, we saw, now he was a father, like, we saw the maturity of Des Bryant. And so I got to develop a relationship with a guy that was working into that space. And, like, so I've had a good relationship with him
Yep.
going back to probably, I think it was 2016, did a story about Cole Beasley. He and I connected over that. And, like, from that point forward, he and I have been cool. But I missed
The youthful exuberance.
candidly, probably a little bit hothead Des Bryant. Really, what was it like in that
What's
early
crazy,
stage?
like, and maybe this is the difference sometimes between when you are a reporter for the team.
Right.
You work for the team, right? There's a little bit of a different perspective and relationship there. I think there's some built-in trust that you have right off the bat. When I met Des Bryant, I remember being in Oxnard, and you have long days, and he would be out there. One fun fact about Des, and people may not, he used to love candy. So they would have kind of like food set up, almost like a dorm situation. That sounds like more juvenile than a very nice dorm if it was. But he loved candy. So he would always be walking around, but he would be out there working out, running routes long after practice was over. His work ethic was always through the roof. And he was someone who would always speak, as we say in the South. He would always say, "Hey, Dia, what's up? How you doing?" I think the pressure gets high. And some of the mitigating factors in your life, whether it's family, whether it's your upbringing, whether it's trauma, success only amplifies who you are and what you're dealing with. And so I think sometimes that could be a lot. And there's no star that shines brighter, pun fully intended, than in Dallas. Nobody cares what the Cleveland Browns are doing right now.
Well,
I mean,
trading Myles Garrett.
I get that, but I'm saying like,
But that's why.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think, being not just a player, but the first round pick, a franchise player for the Dallas Cowboys is not only like an incredible privilege and honor, but there's a level of pressure that you got to be ready for. So,
I can't
and Caleb Downs is.
I can't remember that, or I can't remember is not the right word. I am so out of it today. I can't imagine that I let all of these minutes go by when you said family from Wisconsin and I didn't go, oh.
Yep. I got a ton of family in Milwaukee.
Because you know I'm a Madison
still there.
girl.
Yeah,
Born and
my
raised
grandmother's
Madison girl.
there. My mom grew up there. We moved to Texas when I was really, really young. So, I mean, I was born in Houston. Don't tell nobody. But we got, North Texas as fast as we could.
Nobody's perfect.
And my brother was born in Irving 2 years after me. But, yeah, I got some family in the Midwest. Big sports fans. But my mom cannot stand the Cowboys. Anita, she loved that I was so happy I got to work for the team. But Anita is not moved.
Okay, one thing you guys need to know about Dia. If you know about Dia, you got to know about Anita.
She hears all my Anita-isms. So my mom, my mom is a character in her own right. Little 5'3". I'm still scared of her lady, but she's the best. She is the best and tough as can be.
She's 5'3"?
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'7". So fun.
I was gonna say, how did this happen?
So my dad's really tall.
Okay.
My dad's like 6'3", but he's shrunk. He's in his late 60s at this point. But all the men in my family are tall. My younger brother's 6'4". My grandfather was 6'6", and he was the shortest of all his brothers. So
Wow.
People come tall in our family.
Just not your mom.
No. Tall dudes always want a little short, little petite lady. Come on. Thankfully, I got a little height, but not much.
A little bit. 5'7" about your.
It's respectable.
Yeah.
5'10", I might have been a better athlete, but
Who's taller, Andrew Seeley or Dia Wall?
Dia by a sizable amount.
Don't you let him put your business in the street.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
It's
Sorry.
not even the first time he's thrown me under the bus on the show. We had, what's his face, Austin Dillon on the show, and the first thing he says is, hey, we had to tilt the camera up.
Oh,
I'm like, what are you doing?
And Austin Dillon is not tall.
No, he's not. He's actually my size.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. Your presence is large. That's what counts.
Sure. I'll take the compliment.